Okay, we're level 0, and we're going to go into item number 1, Lofty Quick Start Setup. All right, so we're going to go into our Lofty account here in a second, and we're going to get our user profile set up. We're going to update that profile, and I can also show you a bonus on how to add a signature to all your outgoing emails, as well as show you how to turn off some alerts and set up the MLS feed. So that's what we're going to do here. Let's go ahead and jump into Lofty. Okay, the best way to get into Lofty is to go through your EPIQUE cloud. It's the quickest way. And so if you go in here and you scroll down, you're going to see Lofty on the left. Click that. The company has provided all kinds of great training if you want to really get into all the details of Lofty. Now, our program is just set up for you to do this narrow niche of how to maximize your repeat referrals, but Lofty has all kinds of other things you can do. If you want to learn about that, go ahead and go through these training programs. We're going to look for this button right here, which is Launch Lofty. If we click it, that brings us over to Lofty. Now, I'm already logged in. You may need to log in at this point into your actual Lofty account. You'll notice it's lofty.com. You may be logged in, you may not. I can't recall the very first time. If you're not logged in, just click the login button and enter your same credentials that you used to get into EPIQUE Cloud. Okay, I'm already in there, so if you're already in there, you just click over here on the upper right and you go into My Account. All right, so this is the first screen we see when we go into Lofty. There's all kinds of items up here at the top to give us options and menus. We've got this dashboard that tries to give us a summary of what's going on in the business. I'm not going to go through all those details. I'm going to just run you specifically into what you need. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go into settings. So all the way on the top here, all the way to the right, settings, we click on settings. That opens up our user profile, and you're going to update your information here. You're going to upload your photo. You're going to put in your name, first name, last name. Your email address should already be there. That's how you logged in with your credentials from EPIQUE. You want to check your phone number and update it if necessary. You're going to put in your license number, your ID, and then right here, you're going to connect into the MLS with your login information. So that's kind of important. So click Edit and go ahead and type in whatever your information is to log into your MLS. What is your MLS agent ID or login information? Okay, so that was it as far as user profile. Now we're going to scroll below this. And you can see there's an email signature. If you put in information here, it will become your default email signature on all the email that gets sent out, whether it's one-by-one email, bulk email, automated email, everything. So it's a good idea to put a signature in here, even if it's just your name and phone number or name and email, just some basic information. I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this and put in some really great information I think that'll be helpful. And so I'm going to put in my name, my title. I've got a couple of designations, and then the company where I'm at, as well as the email address and phone number. If it's important for you, for people to know your physical address for some reason, you could add that here as well. All right, next we've got I add in, this is all stuff I've typed in. And by the way, let me show you where you get this information. Right down here, back in the guide, we've been going through this guide, by the way, and this is the bonus section. And what I've done is I've created a sample email signature for you that you can just copy and paste. You just go right here and you copy this, and you can then paste it in to your Lofty email signature, and you'll be able to set this up just like I have on mine. Okay, so I've already set up all the words for you. You just copy and paste to put it in. Once you get that all in there, you're going to want to read through it and verify that all the information is correct. So I like to give them, we already got through the contact info here. I like to give them some options, a little call to actions. What's your home worth? Click here for a free instant estimate. I'll show you how to get that link in just a second. Also, search for all homes in the MLS for free. Click here to start. I want that to be in the MLS, in my email for them to be able to connect and look through the MLS. So basically, I'm talking to the sellers and the buyers. And then I want to add this. This is important to me because I want to have a structured life. I don't want to be working in the evenings and weekends. So I'm going to make sure everybody knows I have certain business hours that they can contact me and I'm available. But after that, I am not. And so it says, hey, business hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Communication after 5 p.m. or over a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, or holiday, will be returned the following business day. And I'm just being very clear and upfront with everybody. I put that into my listing presentations, my buyer presentations. Everybody knows when they start working with me, this is what it's going to be. I recommend you do the same. If you want to change those hours, go ahead. You want to make them more restricted, go ahead. I don't recommend you make them wider. Like I wouldn't go to 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m., none of that. Just keep it nice and tight. And then if you choose to work beyond those hours, that's your call, okay? By the way, I like to start this 9 a.m. for a purpose. I'm going to work early in the morning to get some of my work done before I reach out to everybody else. All right, let's go on. It says, P.S. Hey, I'm gonna let them know that I can help them find another agent anywhere in the world if they or a friend are thinking about moving elsewhere. So, hey, please give me a call, text, or email if you know anyone that might want to buy or sell property anywhere in the world. I'll take excellent care of them here, or I'll find a top agent for them in another location. Thank you in advance for your referrals. Remember, that's what the whole purpose of this is, to get more repeat referrals. Okay, so while I'm here, I need to get these links for the email signature. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those off of my website, which is the front-facing part of Lofty. So I'm going to go up here and click on website, and it will open up my website options in a new tab up here at the top. So here we go. And you'll notice it did pop open a new tab. Here's the original tab where I'm working on my email signature. I go to that new tab, and I can see that they have my name or your name as the agent, .epicrealty.com. That's your subdomain. That's your area inside the website that you can send people to. And if leads are interacting in there, you'll be notified in the CRM Lofty. So it's pretty slick. So let's go ahead and take a look at that front page. If you'll go ahead and click on this URL sitting up here at the top, it's going to open up another tab. And that tab is now, this is your public-facing view of your website that's on the front of the CRM. What we want to do is we want to find two things. One is if you're a buyer, how can I look at all the listings? And the other is if you're a seller, how can I find out the value of my home? So let's go ahead and start with the buyer since it's first. We'll click on buyer, and here's what happens. We find a search screen that somebody could come in here and they could type in city, county, subdivision, price, listing status, beds, baths, more. They can do all kinds of searches for different kinds of property that they're looking for. And as you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory, and they can even save a search. So I want people going here if they're thinking about buying and they want to see, this is the MLS right here. This is the representation of the MLS, and it's just feeding in an IDX format into my website. So I'm going to click this URL up here, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy this URL. Okay, to add in this hyperlink, we're going to click edit, and down here we should have regular text, and we're going to go to search all homes in the MLS for free. We're going to highlight that text, and it pops open some options here. We're going to go up to this icon that says link, and we're going to click on it, and it shows us what link, what we can do, where we can send people if they click on this text. Now, I've already got mine entered in here, but I copied it, and here I would paste it, okay, because you're going to have a blank one, and then you'd click insert, and remember it's on URL, insert, and that's going to then create this right here. Now I clicked X'd out because I don't want to change it, but you understand that process. Let's now go back over into your website. We did buyers. Now let's do sellers. Let's say they have a home to sell and they want to get the value. So we'll click on sellers. And it opens up this evaluation, this CMA option. They're going to enter their address and then some contact information and say go. So what is your home really worth? And we'll go ahead and click on this URL and we're going to copy it. We go back into our email signature and we're going to now highlight this, what is your home worth? This is for sellers. So we'll highlight here. We'll click that link. We'll go ahead. This will probably be blank when you first do it. So you just put your cursor in there and you do a paste as plain text. And there it is. And you click insert. Now mine's already in here, so I'm going to click the X out. But that's what it is. And now you'll have 2 hyperlinks in there. And once you're done, you'll click save to save your work. So it's going to come back out here to show you that, hey, this is what we're going to add as your email signature. And down here, you get to decide when it's going to happen. And it says apply this signature to all outgoing emails. This is below the email signature if that box is checked. It's not checked, now it's checked. I recommend you check that and it goes out to all the emails that you have. Okay. And if you say, hey, I don't know what that is, you can hover over the question mark and it'll tell you that this is going to be sent out on all your reports. Okay, back in our quick start guide, I'm going to go to the next item, and that is alerts turned off. We want to turn off alerts before we import our leads so that they're not automatically being sent out reports that we don't necessarily want them to have. So this is a highlighted tip. You got to do this. You want to turn off these alerts, and it's pretty easy to do. Let's go back into Lofty. Here's where we left everything in Lofty. We're in, if we go to the top, we're in settings. And then over here on the left, we've got the settings column that popped up. We're going to scroll down to where we see features and then auto property alerts. Click on auto property alerts. All right, so we got automated property alerts. And we've got 3 different kinds. We've got property alert, market snapshot, and market report. Now, when you first come in here, these are going to be checked. These are going to be checked on. I've already turned mine off. So notice it's on. What you want to do is uncheck this. Okay, it was enabled and now it's enabled. I don't want it to go out. Now, another thing you can do to make sure you don't accidentally send them out to the wrong people, where it says excluded source, I want you to hit the drop down and I want you to do a search for the word agent. An agent will pop up down here. You can see I've already got mine checked. You're going to check yours. So you'll check yours. And then when you click out of there, it's now going to show agent. Okay. The rest of it is fine for now. We'll come back and talk about that later. The big key is to uncheck this and unenable it. Market snapshot, same thing. You're going to click the checkbox off, so there's no check. Over here in excluded source, you're going to open it up for search. You're going to type in agent. By the way, agent is you. And it's not going to be checked when you first do it. And you're going to check it. And then you'll click out of the box, and it's now entered. Finally, you're going to do the same thing for market report. It's probably started with a default check on. You're going to check it off, unenable it. And then excluded source, you're going to open that up. You're going to highlight in the search area, and you're going to type in agent. And when you do that, it pops up options, and we want the very first one that says agent. So that's going to be unchecked when you see it. You're going to check it, and then you're going to scroll out. Now we're going to go make sure everything got saved. So enabled agent, I want to save that, so apply it. Then on market snapshot, I got enabled. I got exclude agent. I'm going to click apply. And finally on market report, I got enabled, agent excluded, and click apply. You can just go back through and double check. It's enabled, it's agent, enabled, and agent, enabled, and agent. I'm good for this section. Next, let's talk about the MLS feed. The MLS feed is coming in off of your MLS. However, it's defaulted inside of Lofty, before you start, that they're going to send all MLSs that EPIQUE is connected to so that somebody can see all the properties available across the country that we have MLSs connected into EPIQUE. So wherever EPIQUE is signed up on an MLS, it will be available. Let me show you that. Okay, so we left off here where we're at automated property alerts. What you're going to do is you're going to go over and click on the website on the top here. You're going to click website. It's going to pop open. We're going to do a review. Notice at the top we have some options: overview, editor, listings, and settings. We're going to go to the one that says listings. We click on listings and it opens up what MLS is going to be pulled down. Now, you're going to have a whole list the first time you go in here of probably 50 or 100 MLSs, and you're going to need to delete them one by one to get down to just yours. So I'm here in Colorado. We use RE Colorado as our MLS. And if you want it to end up looking like this, I'll just tell you, you want it to end up looking like this. I'm going to reverse this. You can't make a mistake here. So if you make a mistake or an error, you don't like it, all you got to do is go up to this button here. It says MLS integration. There's a little round button, and when you highlight it, it turns green. It says, currently the settings for this configuration differ from those on the team website, and that means EPIQUE, the company. Click here to synchronize this configuration on the agent subdomain with what is currently on the team website. In other words, the entire company option, all the options of all the MLSs. And so I'm going to do that for you so you can see what it'll look like when you first go in. So I'll click on here. It says, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Because it's going to add a bit of work, and they're right, and that's okay because I want to show you guys. So I'm going to say, okay. So this is what you will see the first time you go in. It is a ton of MLSs listed out. The company is now associated with all these, which is fantastic. And if you just leave your MLS alone, somebody can search all across the country in different locales, whatever state we're in and MLS we're in, not necessarily every single property in the US, but a lot of them. Now, I recommend you do narrow it down and just showing your properties in your area because real estate is a local phenomena. But if you're working in multiple locations or multiple MLSs, we actually have several team members doing that, then you want to keep open all those MLSs and just close the ones you're not active in. Or you can choose to have it so that they can see anything and everything across the country. My preference is to reduce it, so I'll show you how to do that. Okay, to reduce it, what you do is you go highlight this button that's next to MLS integration, this circle, and it's green now. I'm going to click on it or highlight it. When I hover over it, it says, hey, this configuration is currently synced with the team website, the entire company. Click here to stop that synchronization and customize the available settings. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to say, hey, are you sure you want to stop synchronizing with everybody in the company and only go to your own MLS? And the answer is, yep, that's what I want to do. All right, when you do that, you'll notice the delete trash cans popped open. They weren't available before. And now we're going to go through one by one and take out the MLSs that don't apply to us. Remember, for me, just in my case, I'm here at RE Colorado down here. So I'm going to delete everything until I get down to there. You'll notice that applicant agent is my name and association office is my company because I got myself in there when I added my MLS ID, right? All right. And so now I'm going to delete everything except for this one. And there's quite a few. This step will take you probably a good 15 minutes or so. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, and then I'll meet you back here. But let me show you the first one. Let me go up. I'll show you the first couple. So this one is not me, so I'm going to click delete. It says, hey, are you sure you want to delete that? And I say, yep. Now, remember, I showed you at the very beginning, if you make an error, you can reverse all this and go back to it. So don't be afraid of flying through here. If you make an error, worst case, you're just going to click the button up here and start all over again. So that was good. So I'll go to the next one. I say, yep. Go away, and then the next one, go away, and the next one, go away. And I'm going to do that throughout all of them. I'll meet you back here in, like I said, probably 10, 15 minutes. Okay, here's a quick pro tip. Once you get your MLS feed to the top, so you don't accidentally delete it, I recommend you go down to the bottom now and click the last one on the list until you clear up the bottom of the list. So it looks like this. And we'll just keep going, taking them out one at a time at the bottom. It's very unfortunate that this one poor part of the program, it doesn't have like a checklist where we could say what we want to keep and delete in bulk the rest of them. And I think that's just because Epic has access to so many MLSs, which is an advantage, but it does make this part a challenge. After you've done the last one, you come back to just having your MLS. And again, if you're in multiple markets, make sure that you have multiple MLSs here. But I just have the one. And so that took me about 12 minutes to get through and delete all those. Kind of a hassle, I realize, but that's what it takes to get it set up right. So go ahead and get that done.